Hi friends, welcome to my channel. I am Raghuveer. Today I am going to explain you some basic fundamentals in geometry. So let's start this. So what is geometry? Geometry is one of the subject in mathematics and it is the oldest branches in mathematics. So geometry deals all about the two-dimensional and three-dimensional shapes. So before going to that, let's know how geometry is useful in daily life. So geometry is used in nanotechnology, computer and visual graphics, and the video game programming. It is also used in construction blueprints. So now let's discuss some of the basic fundamentals in geometry. So let's start this. So now let's start with the point. So a point is a dot which shows a particular location on the plane surface and is represented by like this. It's a normal dot. So what do you mean by the word plane surface? So plane surfaces are the surfaces which extend infinitely on all directions. You can think of it. You can imagine like this is a big plane with a known point. So it can extend to infinity in all directions. So now let's talk about the line. So now let's discuss about the line. So line is a set of points which are straight and which extend to infinity on both sides. So it is represented by like this, and if we draw points like this and if we all join together them, it forms a line. And these arrows indicate that they extend to infinity on both sides. That means they cannot stop. Now let's discuss about the ray. Now let's talk about the ray. So ray is a set of points which are straight, as I told you about in line. But it has one endpoint on one side and on the other side it continues to infinity. As you can see here, one endpoint is on one side and on the other side it continues to infinity. So it does not stop on this side, but it stops on this side. Let's talk about now the line segment. Now let's talk about the line segment. Line segment is also a line, but it has two endpoints on two sides. It does not continue to infinity. So simple. It's a set of points which are straight, but it has two endpoints on both sides and cannot continue to infinity. So it stops on both sides. It cannot continue. Now let's talk about the angle. Now about the angle. So the angle is the measure between two rays or lines which diverge from a common vertex. Vertex means a point from which two rays or lines they diverge from each other like this. This is called the vertex. This point is called the vertex, and these both are rays diverging each other, diverging from each other. And the measure between these two rays is known as the angle. That means the amount of turn or measure between these two rays is known as the angle. So suppose let it be up to 30 degrees. If it is 30 degrees, so the amount of turn between these two rays is 30 degrees. Now let's enter into the two-dimensional shapes. So before going to the 2D shapes, let's discuss the most common used term, the polygon. So what is polygon? It's a figure in which if the area is bounded or enclosed by line segments which close. That means they attach to each other like this. Nothing. These are the shapes in which if the area is bounded or encircled by line segments which are attached to each other like this, and they have some endpoints here. So as you can see, this shape is a polygon. Like polygons are the shape. They have many sides. So there are many sides. So in polygon there are different types. Like if we talk about the four side, after that I'll talk about the four side. Like if we talk about the five-sided figure, it is known as the pentagon, and six-sided figure, it is known as the hexagon. The seven-sided figure, the septagon. Eight-sided figure, the octagon. A nine-sided figure, the nonagon, and the 10-sided figure is the decagon. So this is about the polygon. Now let's talk about the quadrilateral. So now let's talk about the quadrilateral. A quadrilateral is a figure in which if the area is enclosed or bounded by four line segments which join each other like in the form of a closed shape, which join or meet together at some points like these 4 points, it is known as a quadrilateral. So quad, you can understand, quad means 4, lateral means a figure. 4-sided figure is known as a quadrilateral. And in the quadrilateral, sum of all interior angles we get angle A plus, angle B plus, angle C plus, angle D equal to 360 degrees. This is the most common rule in quadrilaterals. So now let's discuss some of the 2D shapes. So as you can see, let's talk about the square. So square is a quadrilateral in which the area is enclosed by or bounded by four line segments which meet at all 4 points and join each other at different 4 points. It is known as a square, and all line segments are equal in length, as you can see here. All line segments are equal in length. Like all line segments are equal, and each angle in the square is about 90 degrees each. So if you add all this as a quadrilateral rule, 1, 2, 3, 4, 90 into 4 you can multiply, and it is 360. So sum of angles in this square is 360 degrees. So, and all sides are equal as I have told you, and two pair of opposite sides are parallel. So what do you mean by parallel lines now? Let me discuss it.